InvestorIdeas.com Podcasts.
Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of InvestorIdeas.com Podcast, looking at cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insights from thought leaders and experts. Today I'll be looking at a few early announcements, first starting with Liberty Health Sciences, trading on the CSE as LHS and the OTC as LHSIF. Aurora Cannabis Incorporated, trading on the New York Stock Exchange and TSX as ACB. Cannabis MTEC Incorporated, trading on the CSE as MTEC and the OTC as CANVF. The Supreme Cannabis Company Incorporated, trading on the TSX as FIRE and the OTC as SPRWF. So first looking at Liberty Health Sciences Incorporated, who is a provider of high-quality cannabis, announced today that it will open its 14th Florida dispensary in Cape Coral's South Cape Business District on Friday, May 10th, subject to Florida Department of Health approval. And this is the first medical facility to open in Cape Coral and Liberty's second dispensary to open in Lee County. So why is this important? Liberty Health Sciences has been expanding throughout Florida over the past couple of months. Again, you can look back at a lot of their previous announcements about this. So they have a pretty significant footprint in the Florida area. I find that they're definitely an interesting company to look at in that space. And they've continued to do so over the last little while. Commenting on this recent store opening, we anticipate strong patient demand in the Cape Coral area, which is supported by a large population of potential patients living in Southwest Florida who can take advantage of our exceptional customer service and educational resources, said Victor E. Mancebo, interim CEO of Liberty. There are many retirees living in our service area who can benefit from our products, and our Cape Coral is also one of the fastest growing cities in Florida. Already, patients of the city of Cape Coral are embracing our presence, and we're excited to provide the community with our premium medical marijuana products. Next, looking at Aurora Cannabis Incorporated, who today announced that it has scheduled its conference call to discuss the results for its third quarter ended March 31st, 2019. The call will be hosted on Wednesday, May 15th, 2019 at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and it will be hosted by Terry Booth, who's the Chief Executive Officer, Glenn Ibbott, Chief Financial Officer, Cam Batley, Chief Corporate Officer, and Michael Singer, Executive Chairman, followed by a question and answer period. The company will report its financial results for the third quarter after the closing of the markets on Tuesday, May 14th. So, obvious relevance coming out with their financial results. Anyone should be paying attention to what's going on with Aurora, as they're one of the larger companies in the Canadian legal space. So next, looking at Cannabis MedTech Incorporated, a leading digital cannabis education and analytics company, who announced the official launch of its digital cannabis education resource for animals, Canvas.pet. Powered by Canvas.me and Canvas data platforms, Canvas.pet explores healthcare through cannabis-based products to help treat a pet's ailments with a no pressure to purchase or consume. We understand cannabis legalization in Canada marks the beginning of a long journey for researchers, medical practitioners, and pet owners here across the world to examine the merits and potential health benefits of cannabis for animals, said Sean Moniz, Chief Executive Officer of Cannabis MedTech Incorporated. Canvas Pets aims to break the stigma of cannabis-based pet therapy and provide unbiased education around its potential effectiveness in treating a variety of ailments through the evidence-based articles, anecdotal testimonials, and pet owners and oversight from a team of veterinary, health, and cannabis experts. Modeled after the successful Canvas.me platform, Canvas.pet explores the use of medical cannabis to help a variety of common ailments for which pet owners treat their animals, including pain relief, induced calm, anti-inflammation, sleep aid, appetite stimulant, end-of-life care, and more. Why do I find this interesting? There's a lot of stuff coming out about the pet market in particular, and Canvas has been at the cutting edge, or the head of the market almost in every sense when it regards to cannabis education. So the fact that they're now focusing on the pet market, I find that very interesting, as well as a pet owner. I mean, it's not bad to have alternate options out there and to know that there's at least now a different way to go about that. And lastly, we're going to look at the Supreme Cannabis Company, who also is providing its third quarter financial results for the 3 and 9 month ended March 31st, 2019. That they're providing it after market close on May 13th. So Aurora Cannabis will be coming out with their results on May 14th, and the Supreme Cannabis Company, also another TSX cannabis player, will be coming out with their results on May 13th. So that's all for today's podcast.
That's all for today's podcast. Podcast is now a certified word trademark on the blockchain through Cognate Incorporated CM certification. InvestorIdeas.com podcasts are also available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and TuneIn. If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor of this podcast, please contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products or services or securities. Investors are reminded that all investments involve risk and possible loss of investment. Investor Ideas does not condone the use of cannabis except where permissible by law. Our site does not possess, distribute, or sell cannabis products.